Hey, Steve, you guys able to come away with a win? Kind of unorthodox down the stretch here with your defense. Not many field goals. What does it say about your team to be able to do that?
Yeah, it was a little more drama, I think, than we really needed. Both games, really. We had too many good stretches to make it that difficult down the stretch. This game, we had a 10-point lead, maybe. Felt like fairly late in the game. We pitched one over the top, give it right back to them. Yesterday we had a 9-point lead, got a great stop, gave it right back to them. We got to avoid those plays. Got to have better possessions with the game on the line on the offensive end. I mean, got to run clock, move the ball, and get a shot or get a foul. And we didn't accomplish that. On the other end, credit them. They kept grinding, kept posting, kept attacking. And so down the stretch, they were shooting free throws and chipping away at it. We were not getting the kind of possessions we needed. And it just made it too close of a ball game there. But I didn't think our guys lost their composure, even though it did not go the way we wanted it to. It just, they hung in there. We just weren't getting the right results. I didn't think they got too frustrated, with the exception of thinking maybe that we weren't fouling, and we probably were. So something to build on. We needed just 2 games we needed to get.
Steve, you mentioned those good stretches. When the team is playing at its best at times that we saw this weekend, is that the level of the team that you want to be at that can contend in this league, or how good were those stretches that you saw?
Well, very good. To value the basketball the way we did for the first 16 or 17 minutes, you're getting a quality shot every time down the court, you got a chance to be a good basketball team. If you're competing and getting stops. Now, our defense to start the game was so disappointing. So disappointing. You talk about complete opposite of what we did yesterday to start the game. I mean, goodness. Yesterday they had 2 field goals, 2 hard, tough twos, which is the kind of field goal we're going to live with. 2 tough twos in the first however many minutes. Come out tonight, it was just basket after basket after basket. It was pretty disappointing. So no, we're not. Doesn't matter what we're doing on the offensive end if we're going to have that kind of a start defensively. But again, we did, after we got through that initial part, we had some possessions where we competed and fought. Phoenix Ford gave us a great lift in this ball game. Jacob's been pretty good offensively. Last night he lost some battles defensively down the post. So we just we told him we're going to try to play him shorter stretches, see if he can just go harder on defense. Phoenix was terrific. Phoenix and Adrian together started getting a nice rhythm on all their high-low looks. That was a good stretch of defense for us when those two were down there fighting like that.
Does it sort of change this team or the outlook for this team to know that, you can go without a basket in the final 5 minutes and still hang on to win a game because of that defense, that improvement, and how much that means to you?
It'll help, yeah, when we go look at it in that regard, for sure. It's not. We'd be feeling a lot better had we had better possessions. But to not lose our composure, just to know, we had timeouts. We didn't get panicked. We didn't get frantic. I thought the guys were communicating the right way. Very late in the game, we had a little press breaker lined up, and we executed the way we're supposed to. But Cedric commented, I'm wide open. Do you want me to catch it on the next one? I was like, well, yeah, sure. They were in the huddles. They were thinking the right thoughts. And that's important. That's really important is that they're locked in there. And again, we make a few more free throws down the stretch, convert a couple more layups. I thought there was one stretch we had some really nice attacks at the basket and didn't finish the layups, and we're right there ready to rebound it. I don't think we were real far away.
Javon really attacked inside and got to the free throw line a lot yesterday, and today it seemed like it was a more perimeter-based game for him. What was the difference there, and how meaningful was it to see him get going from outside?
I missed the very last part of the question. I'm sorry.
Just to see him get going from outside, this was the first time he's hit 6 threes in the game this year. How much of a lift that was as well.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't probably shot 13 free throws very many times either. So if you add those two things together, yeah, we're getting him back on track. His statistic, he's shooting pretty good percentages from field and league play. We need that. Again, we need Keith and Javon to step on that court and be all conference guards night in, night out. and be efficient. You know, and Keaton tonight was not very efficient, but he was terrific on the defensive end. Again, you know, and he pretty much does that every single night. But yeah, Javon to get to the line last night, to knock down some threes tonight, is very comforting. You know, he has the ability to bail us out of situations too. Keaton does as well. You know, late in the game, if we run clock, and those two draw a foul, that's perfect. If we run clock, and they knock down a shot, that's perfect. And in some cases, we did that. Down the stretch, we spaced it out. Javon drew the foul that we needed to get right down there. So there's some good signs there. We put a lot on Keaton's shoulders. You know, it depends on how you look at the stat sheet. If you look over on the left side, you're going to think he didn't have a great game. Look over on the right side where it says he was plus 10. You realize that he's defending at a high level. He's just helping the team with his leadership. He's real quiet right now, but he's still helping us win ball games.
Steve, I wanted to ask you about your young guys, Jacob and Juice in particular. Jacob, gets a double last night. Tonight he's got 13 and 8 or something like that, and then Juice has 14 and hits the 2 free throws at the very end tonight. I mean, these were 2 games that you guys had to have this weekend, and 2 of your youngest, players come up pretty big. I just wanted you to comment on the play of those 2 this weekend.
Yeah, we talked last year about Jacob's poise. You know, when we started throwing him into ball games early in the year. Just how comfortable he seemed. It didn't matter where we were at. You know, some of those non-conference games early against high major opponents, he was relaxed and comfortable, very, very poised. Juice is very, very comfortable, and the moment is certainly not going to be too big for him. 3-pointer that Juice hit last night was huge. Southern Miss had gone zone. We ran the play exactly the way we wanted to. The first zone possession, Javon missed a 3. Then we turned it over, and then we had another good look for a 3. And all of a sudden, it was going to start wearing on us, and Juice was open, bangs a 3, and that was a huge play in the game. Jacob, down the stretch last night, blocked a shot on the baseline out of bounds, and then contested a jump hook. They were kind of game-winning possessions on the defensive end. Tonight, Jacob blocked 1 or 2 down the stretch that helped us seal it. So those are game-winning plays. They're not game-winning shots, but they're game-winning plays. And those guys are doing really good things for us. Juice just plays. He just plays. He got a good feel for how to drive it and dish it and get to the rim. His offensive rebounding. Talking with Andy on the radio, and Juice. We've been working with Juice all year about he's got 2 responsibilities. When the shot goes up, he's a half helper on transition D. So we try to get him to the elbows so that he can help us get back on defense, or if he sees a rebound there, maybe it bounces long, he's in position to get it. So he's worked really hard to work on that habit, and now he's already heading in that direction. He sees them and he goes and gets them. So even though he has backcourt responsibilities to a large degree, if he's got an opportunity to go get an offensive rebound, he will. And there was a couple of key offensive rebounds in tonight's game.